And I'm back with more Secret of Mana. We're in Matango! With the mission fever! I leveled up off the, I mushroomed. I leveled up off camera. So, everything's level 3. Main thing for me in this area is to get through to find a white dragon that King Truffle said was just kind of hanging around in the forest somewhere. Ow! Main thing is, because I leveled up off camera, I'm not gonna do a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna do my usual kind of walking through, if I can. These guys may not be as fond of that idea. Oh, fuck off. Okay, those guys are annoying. Okay, you can stop now. Fucking hit him, Jesus. So even with the best equipment and armor, this might still hurt a little bit. But I'm in a cave. Pebblers. Okay. Phone telling me to start recording videos, which is what I'm doing already. Okay, there we go. I mean, I might as well get levels while I can. Uh-oh. Yeah, get rid of the kimono bird. So we don't poop out more of these guys. The thing here is mostly to use magic on them, but I also don't want to be using my fairy walnuts. Because I finally bought them. I don't want to use them. They're expensive. If I have to buy it from Neko, it's even worse, as we've seen. So, best thing for me is just take this as a sign. As we've seen, if there are certain enemies I don't really want to be fighting, I will just not fight. This isn't as bad. This isn't as bad as the Underground Palace or trying to do the Forest Seasons. I'll watch. This will be a trap. Get away! Get back here! Nope. Wasn't a trap. Oh, no. I want him confusing me. So, for some reason, silence is not silence in this game. It's called confusion. Don't ask me why. I mean, silence is confusion in this game. It's weird. And yeah, it reverses your controls. It's silly. As is a bird thinking they could beat me. Alright, come on. I need to grab whip. Then I will get back to my sprite spear. I'm really gonna hate it when I can't do the amazing procs with this balloon spear. Or knocking them unconscious, that too. See? There you go. Get them out of the way, so they're not as annoying. As you can tell, my mode of playing this game is just do basic physical attacks or run the fuck away, in most cases, to normal fights. And then, saving my MP for the boss fights. that's not always going to be the most advantageous, and eventually Pope is going to get a skill to, provided you level up enough and fight the right enemies, leech off MP from... Fuck off. Leech off MP from dudes. So, eventually, it's not going to be as much of a problem to use leveled up magic, which will really fucking hurt a lot of the mobs. And sometimes, in the cases of, like, Eggplant Man and Tomato Man and those types, is what you gotta do. Do I really gotta fight these guys? No, they're just there. Well, that's annoying. But, let's see. What do I want to talk about today? No, I'm actually talking. My cold's finally mostly subsided. I've still got that little, like, post-cold blarg in my head, but, and you'll hear it in my voice a little bit. But the cold wasn't, like, super bad either. Like, I've had colds recently which were way worse and were probably more, like, either COVID symptoms or digestive failures or something like that, which is bad. Like, I can't eat, or, you know, and I puke everywhere. You know, it's the gross stuff. This wasn't the gross stuff. This was just, hey, head cold. Dumb. But it was annoying. But I am happy that, like, Tales of Arise and Final Fantasy VII aren't done. Oh, yeah. A couple episodes ago, I said what games would be on my list. I forgot about the Nonary games, the Zero Escape games. That's going to be on a list for Tales of Arise 2. I don't know if I'm going to do all three at once. I have to check up on what the length is on those. Oh, God, do I go up or do I go down? Damn! Well, I guess I'll go up. How are you? Back here. But, yeah, the Zero Escape games. So, it could be another go right through the trilogy sort of thing, or just play 999. If they're, like... It's one thing if they're, like, 15 to 20 hours, like Phoenix Wright was, then the last one is the longest one. If they're, like, 20, 30 hours by themselves, it might be a bit more intensive than I thought, and you might want to save just one. Because the Nonary games come into, like, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. Zero Time Dilemma was its own game release, and these were the games that released before the Somnium Files, so you're going back a good 5 years to a decade. But yeah, those will be added to the list with the Chrono Crosses, Kingdom Hearts, these, Castlevania Collection, that sort of thing. Again, the Persona, Tales of Arise stuff, those are for those longer playthroughs. These ones are admittedly shorter term. That's the way I want to do them for a while, is just if they're different experiences. This one is Earthslide, by the way. I think it's Earthslide. But again, I think you can see why I don't want to do the same type of game 2 times in a row. That's why I'm not doing another Final Fantasy game. But I'm also not doing the same type of game right now, because I don't want people to think, oh, I'm mostly playing RPGs. Yes, but they're different styles of RPGs. They're a different feel to them. Get going. And they aren't just RPGs. They could be visual novels. They could be visual novel RPGs, like the Persona ones are, because they're JRPGs, but they're very writing intensive and story heavy rather than anything else. And length is kind of a... Like, I don't really ascribe to the length theory. I just know that it can be an exhausting thing to keep up with content. Not so much on the gameplay side, because, like I said, these are games I enjoy. I might joke about them and whatever, but I'm still going to enjoy playing even a Final Fantasy 12 or a Final Fantasy 13 over trying to play something like a like an Assassin's Creed or a Elden Ring or whatever. All right. That sort of experience. And again, it's not even Elden Ring, just any other type of game. Did I heal? Did I heal? Hey, Pope, Prim, do you want to, like, do the thing? Fuck. I almost died there, bitch. So yeah, AI is sometimes unreliable, but usually magic should get away from it. But you see what I mean. I don't play lots of different games. The most I break out of my comfort zone is to dig into the retro sphere a little while, and that might be something I do on camera. I was going to save that stuff for Patreon, but I might do that as an aside every once in a while. Maybe not a randomizer, but dig into something else. But I do have, like, Sega Genesis collections, and I have the SNES Classic, and there's lots of those games in here. I'm not going to play every game. But suffice it to say, there are games even in the JRPG genre that I don't really have a fondness for. Pokemon, for instance, never really aspired to me. Earthbound, as popular as it is, I just couldn't get into it, and I know that's gonna be like, why can't get into that one? Like, I just couldn't do it. The mechanics of the game really kind of hurt to me a little bit. Tactics RPGs like Fire Emblem and Tactics, like, I don't want something to be so fast that I can't manage it or too out of my control, like a Xenoblade is kind of like the cutoff of where, like, the modern games of action-based stuff start to be like, okay, you're doing too much. I can't really focus, right? Because I don't mind this because it's kind of like just press X or press A or press whatever. One button or 2 or 3 buttons. You don't really need to think too much. Xenoblade does too much stuff off of wringing, like, so many different mechanics out of, hey, just go stab dudes. And most of it is the characters are stabbing dudes and I'm just micromanaging. That's sort of like Final Fantasy 12 kind of idea, where you're managing the battlefield and then the characters are doing a lot of the work and you're kind of making sure they don't get screwed. But then there's a thing where if it's a strategy game, sometimes it goes too slow for me. Now, Fire Emblem may not be the case anymore. I've not played a Fire Emblem, but you can see where, like, I tried playing a tactics game and I'm like, okay, I'm so used to turn-based battles, but even for me, this might be a bit much. But if I was to try them, I would still be more inclined to say a Final Fantasy Tactics or a Fire Emblem or a Final Fantasy 12 or Final Fantasy 13 over playing any popular American and RPG, Western RPG, Ubisoft game, that sort of thing. Like, I don't plan on changing at all. I'd have to be desperate to switch. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because I was trying to get through the cave. Now that I'm done through the cave, let's go kick guy's ass. So this guy will move around. You don't want him to eat you because he's a snake. So, all that stuff I saved. Now you know why I leveled up Selfhood. Get fucked. Ow! Okay, this won't last long. Yeah, well, this guy's gonna have trouble. I've got 3 more castings of this. That's 1,500 damage. Oh boy. Well, would you just do the thing? Alright. Prim idiot. So his whole attack pattern is just to eat you. Or he will use spells sometimes, but most of the time he's just trying to turn you into a pygmy and then make it so you're not doing as much damage. But as we've seen with this, what is with the unreliability of my spellcasters? There's nothing in your way. Alright, now you see why... Now you see why I leveled up so much. I've never seen my spellcasters not do a thing so fucking much. I'm gonna... How much damage have I done? Okay. Because... Is it worth spending... Oh no, it is not worth it. Okay, I'm just gonna heal. Well, maybe it'll work. I could be done by now. Game's not playing nice, though. Okay, this game is starting to annoy me. Why are you taking so long to do a thing that I want you to do? It's like they don't know when to fucking move. Yeah, there you go. He's already dead. So I did enough damage with my magic to do enough damage with my attack. And I got a Swords Orb! I would have done better had the game actually used my magic like I'd planned, but hey. I did the thing. Wasn't that bad. Now you know the power of magic. And now you know why Popo gets stuck in a rock. I love this game, but it's wonky. It's very wonky. Oh. This is the legendary white dragon? Its parents must have been eaten by that snake. Won't make it if we leave it here. It's too big for us to carry. Let's ask Truffle. Yeah, let's ask the mushroom guys to take care of a dragon. Okay. Oh, look at him. He'll only slow you down, so I'll raise him. King Truffle, quiet, you! You three get going. I'll take good care of him. But, by the way, how do you like the name Flammy? Awesome. Flammy is a good boy. Hang on, I sound like an idiot. You'd agree with me no matter whether you like the name or not. So let's call him Flammy and be done with it. Cannon travel's open again in the forest to the south. You'll find the fire palace somewhere near they want you to go to Kakara, but here's a tip. Don't. What you're gonna want to do instead is go to Ice Country, because you get better equipment. And it's a hassle. Hello! Flammy's doing fine. We got a sword. Okay. Claymore, huh? Damage on insects. The main idea with the extra damage is you get a better hit rate and can smack them better. But, I don't know, I like the status effects better. 1 night is 50 GP. Look at all that money! I'm gonna need all of it. So, like they said, cannon travel is open to the south. That's near, I think that's near the summer section, but don't quote me on it. I'll do that off camera. But they want you to go to Kakara first. That is technically where you do need to go. But you can also go to Ice Country. Ice Country's higher leveled. Ice Country's where the next boss is. And you get better equipment there. But here's the thing they don't tell you. The seed you're looking for in the Fire Palace is not there. It's in Ice Country. So there's no point in going to Kakara first when you can go get better equipment and better levels in Ice Country first, then stop back into Kakara with lower leveled enemies and less intense bosses and a higher level magic stat. It just makes perfect sense to go to Ice Country. So, when I get back to the cannon travel, I'll start this back up and I'll see you then. And then we'll go into an Ice Country.